What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. So today is going to be a follow-up, so it's going to be a part 2 about China YouTubers, the good, the bad and the ugly. So let's start. Now before I start, I just need to tell you guys again that this is just my opinion. So personally, I don't hate or dislike any of these YouTubers. This is just my opinion about their videos and their personalities, basically. Even though I said the exact same thing in the last video, I still had brainwashed people just typing bullshit in the comment section. So hopefully this time they can understand it and it can be a peaceful discussion. Anyway, let's start. Austen in China. Alright, so the first one is Austen in China. Somebody commented on part 1 that I should check him out and probably include him in part 2 if I do one. I have to say he's got really good content, really balanced. He shows real and interesting stuff about China. Not a lot of political stuff on his channel, which is great in my opinion. So if you want someone who's balanced and not fueled by politics, then you should go and check him out. Also, he lost a lot of weight in China, which is great. Personally, I'm gaining quite a bit, so it's probably coming from him, so thanks, Austen. Anyway, good balanced stuff. If you want to see China without the drama, I can only recommend Austen's channel, so go and check him out. Anyway, next one, Zack P. Oh yeah, this guy. Well, I don't really know what to say about him. He looks like a salty boy who's just a wannabe YouTuber that wants to play with the big boys and challenge the CCP shills and the CCP white monkeys. So I guess that's a good thing. I mean, good for you, man. Don't be a shill, just be neutral. I mean, you kind of have to criticize yourself, right? Anyway, next one, Blondie in China. I have to review at least one channel by a girl, otherwise people are gonna think that I'm sexist or gay or both. Australian girl, she's traveling around China making videos about it. Found her a couple of weeks ago. Good content, but obviously I was disappointed by her video about my city, Jilin City. Because it was only like 6 minutes long, but then she was just passing by, so I don't expect her to do like a feature film on Jilin. Like I said, she's doing like travel vlogs mostly, with a few reviews and bits and bobs. No political stuff as far as I'm concerned. However, she's involved in this Gweilo thing, which is very sad, and more and more people are falling into this this trap. I mean, she's got almost 100,000 subscribers, and you just don't need Gweilo and his biased political crap on your channel to make good content. Amy, if you're watching this, please take my advice and don't do videos with Gweilo. It's just not good for your channel, and in the short run, you're going to get views and subscribers, but in the long run, you're just going to damage your reputation if you associate yourself with, Gweilo and his, shills. So my advice is just leave that old grumpy man behind. It's just simply not worth it. Anyway, Blondie in China, great channel if you want a quick and insightful, review and videos about traveling in China. So go and check her out. All right, next one, China Teacher Brand. Now, if you want someone with experience, this is the guy. I mean, he's been in China for 20 years and he shows the ins and outs of English teaching and how to become an English teacher in China. So it is actually a very useful channel for that. I mean, a few videos are questionable. Personally, I would watch his videos about, teaching English in China because he has some very good points about it. Not so much about the political stuff and his opinion about politics and what's going on. Not for me personally. If you want to check it out, go and check it out, make your own opinion about it. Very small YouTube channel with about 3,000 subscribers. So personally, my advice is that just use your tags and that way people can find your videos and your channel a lot better and a lot faster. I mean, it seems like he's been doing videos for quite some time now. So yeah, just use those tags and people are gonna find you. Anyway, moving on. Dream Lucid. This channel is awesome. I love it. It's so good. I only found this channel like a couple of weeks ago. Foreigner, he can speak Chinese, he lived in China, and he explains things in Chinese as well as English, and he can make like balanced videos, and it's so good and it's so refreshing that, you know, it's not just the pro side and the anti-China side. It's so good to have someone with balance. His latest video was about Nathan Rich, and he basically debunked that white monkeys like, you know, bullshit about Taiwan, and it was so useful and so well thought out that it was really good. I loved it. Personally, I love these like pictures and animated things that he does on his videos. It reminds me of Kento Bento, who makes videos about Asia in general, and it's very similar, and it's amazing. So if you want someone that speaks Chinese, lived in China, knows China, and uses facts and presents them nicely and with a balanced opinion, go and check him out. The link's going to be in the description. Overall, 10 out of 10. Go and look him up. Next. Life in China with Patrick Freeman. I had to say this title twice because first I said Life in China with Morgan Freeman. I was a bit confused, like what is Morgan Freeman doing in China? Anyway, talking about Patrick Freeman. So my opinion about Patrick and his videos are a bit biased because he also fell into this Gweilo trap like, you know, many others that I talked about. Some videos are amazing, but then some videos are just, you know, straight up disturbing for me. And I just have to turn it off because, you know, I can't agree with it. Personally, I'm not a fan of Patrick and his videos. Seems like a nice guy, so it would be nice to have a chat with him about things in China, and then most likely my opinion will change, I guess. So yeah, not a lot to say about Patrick, I guess. Anyway, next one. Snarkyguy. He was pretty upset about part 1 because he wasn't included in that one, so here it is. I'm sorry I didn't feature you in that one. I mean, I'm just kidding. I was planning to do part 2 anyway, because if I put all the YouTubers that I know and that I discovered into one video, it's gonna be like 45 minutes. Then people just gonna, you know, cherry pick the ones that they want to hear about, and no one's gonna discover new YouTubers. So in some way, I'm actually helping the others get discovered, and, you know, I'm just, you know, saying my opinion about them. So like I said, I don't have anything against these guys. Back to Snarkyguy. So he knows China and he knows Chinese YouTubers, and I would say that his videos are pretty balanced when the topic is about, you know, living in China and then Chinese topics. He is definitely an old-timer when it comes to China. Moved to Hong Kong in 1991, and he traveled China ever since. So he knows things that changed in the past like 30 years. So not a lot of people can say that. I mean, his videos are pretty cool. And it's not that, you know, typical China vlogger, I'm walking around the city with a stick in my hand kind of thing. He's doing like, you know, cinematic stuff as well. So yeah, it's good. I mean, for example, the 1080 and the 4K video thing, that was, you know, really useful, and obviously that's not China related, but it's useful for the viewers and content creators on YouTube, for example. Anyway, if you want funky stuff like Hello Uncle Foreigner, Snarky is the man, so check him out. All right then, a last one, and this time there's no, you know, +1 or extra. I only done 8 YouTubers. Barrett. Well, another channel that is very controversial for some. Personally, I think they're okay. Obviously, they have a lot of pro-China videos, and I think I kind of know the reason behind it, so I'm going to explain that now. If you look at the channel description, you can see that they started this channel in 2019, which was last year, which means their actual experience about living in China is very little, and probably they are still in this honeymoon phase where they think that everything is perfect about China and there are no bad things. That's not a problem, I think, and it's actually great that, you know, they document everything from day one, so you can see how people, you know, transform from, you know, full-on pro-China to be a neutral person about it. And hopefully they will do the same. They will become neutral about China in the future. But then I guess you want to avoid videos like, you know, you don't know China. I mean, somebody that lived in China for a year doesn't really have, you know, I wouldn't say the right, but that person is not in the position to say that, oh, you don't know China after living in the country for a year. So, I mean, that's a bit fishy for me. And it was just basically like a mumbling walkabout saying, you know, random stuff about China that didn't make any sense. But then you have a great video like the bullet train one. That was a very early video from them. That was amazing. I loved that one, and it was, you know, very well thought out, and it was good. As for the content itself, you can definitely see this Gweilo effect or Gweilo influence, which is something I don't agree with personally, and I voiced this several times during this video and the last one as well. And I really hope that other channels, other small YouTubers, they can avoid this and not fall into this trap, because once you're in it, you can't escape. Once you do pro-China videos this Gweilo way, then you cannot say anything neutral or negative about China, because as soon as you do, these nationalists that you have as subscribers from Gweilo, they will harass you, they will disturb you, and they're just gonna, you know, make your life hell, and they will transform you into this anti-China person in like a heartbeat. So personally, I don't agree with, you know, doing videos with Gweilo at all, unless you are doing like a debate where you're going against his opinion and trying to debunk some of his things. But then again, that's not going to happen anytime soon, because everybody knows that he's just not willing to talk to anyone that has a different opinion. So yeah. Anyway, last bit on the Barrett channel. I think they should do more tech stuff and the reviews instead of addressing topics that they are not familiar with. That's just my opinion. If you guys want to take this advice, you take it. If you don't, you don't. Like I said, it's just an opinion from me. Alright then guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment sections down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.